Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals, the second half of the broadcast. Semifinals here of the WardiTV Monday number 61. The other semis. We just wrapped up with Reynor versus Hero, and Hero did take down Reynor 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. And now we are here with our next series, our next best of 3, another ZvP between Solar and Creator. Let's go. Let us go. I'm sure it's going to be a very different dynamic as well. Creator, he's a little bit more standard in his approach, but I'll be honest, I have not been seeing much of Creator in the latest patch, in the latest map pool. I've not been seeing as much Creator, so I'm excited to see how he himself has also adjusted in the meta, if at all. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss representing himself, currently teamless. It is a Creator. Here we go. We are settling in, and game one is going to be on Tourmaline. Tourmaline, of course, is one of the more aggressive maps in the map pool. It's much more open, much more susceptible to all-ins. And Solar, he has been embracing non-stop 3 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, 3 base all-ins, you name it. Solar has been hyper aggressive in the ZvP matchup, and he has been very successful as a result of that. A very different approach going to Reynor. You saw that Reynor against Hero, he was a lot more ready to accept the late game. He was a lot more ready to just tech out and to tech up and to pivot away from his all-in and to go for high tech, to go for lurkers, to go for ultras, to go for broodlords. We saw that on the Old Republic, if you recall, to Reynor's success, to be fair. But even previously, even in that last game when he was rushing the Hive, you know, he did have a very different approach. Solar, he's a lot more layer tech oriented, a lot more layer tech oriented, and we'll see if Creator can keep up with Solar's aggression. Let's go. So far so good. Gate expand into Cybercore. We should be seeing standard openers here. Stargate in towards the mid game. Creator, he is the kind of player to mix in Glaive Adepts, to mix in some shenanigans in the mid game. Not too much. He's not as diverse as Classic or Hero. That is true. He's not as diverse, but he's willing to mix it up at least a little bit. And we'll see if he does. See if he does. Right now we are going to be opening up. It's going to be set Stargate out of Creator. No major surprise there, just opening up standard. Once again, as we mentioned, we do have a very open entrance here into the natural, a very open third base as well. As I mentioned before, Solar has been embracing a lot of all-ins, especially on Tourmaline. For the time being, we are going to be pulling out, and we'll see what kind of aggression he does end up going for. We're expecting some Ling Hydra base play, but we have seen German taxis, for example. We have seen Ling Bane as well, as Ling Bane is a little more viable in this matchup after the patch. It is more viable. And we'll see. As we do see Solar making an extra pair of Lings. So we have 6 more Lings on the way. We've got 12 in total. 12 Lings to deal with these Adepts and also to counterattack to threaten the third. So far, just trying to keep up with Creator. Now there's the third base, and again we are waiting for the tech of choice. The timing of the Twilight Council, more importantly. Waiting for that timing. Unfortunately, outside of that, for the most part, early game ZvP is pretty standard, or is pretty samey. There's not really too much variation. There are some players that open up Twilight Council, or there are some players that open up a Void Ray, for example, like we saw at Max Packs. But that's a little more rare, few and far between. Meanwhile, we spoke about the early 12 Lings, and we do get a surround. We don't quite force a cancel, but we force Creator back home. Creator's forced back. We have another wave of Lings on the way. Solar opening up early Evo Chamber. This should be for +1 melee. Should be. keep an eye on him. Meanwhile, a big shout to Sort of God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time and welcome. Bienvenidos one and all to a replay cast of the WardiTV Monday number 61. Again, unfortunately, in recent outdoors, we do get us around. Nice round here from Solar. There's our plus one melee upgrade. For those that are curious, the reason why we're covering the Spy replays, usually we cover it live, but as of a month ago at this point, Daylight Savings did hit Europe, and now it does start an hour later. It does start quite a bit later, quite a bit late here in Australia, I should say. So it's not an ideal time anymore. So now instead we do wait for replays and cover it via replays instead. That's been the case again for the past month, ever since Daylight Savings. And unfortunately, it's just so late now. I think it starts at 11 p.m. It ends around like 4 a.m. So we go for replays at an earlier time. For now, Edep Sedushade in. 6-7 drones going to be going down. Double Oracle into the main base. A nice damage done here. Creator popping up. 11 drone kills, not bad. He's not done. Getting 11, 12, 13. 13 drones in the main. Solo attempting to go for his own counterattack. Back at home, there are some defenses. Stalkers are in position. There's the NG overcharge, and Creator holds. Creator, he holds, he defends. Zones away the Lings. And so far, Creator in a decent position. Creator, he still maintains those oracles behind the solo going into Ling Hydra. No Balin as yet. And due to all these losses, Solar, I won't be surprised if he doesn't run up the fourth base. The fourth base may just be for Larva, and he may decide to just commit here on Ling Hydra instead. On layer tag. I mean, we expected this from the beginning, to be fair. Is what we expect out of Solar. He very rarely joins up the fourth base and takes up into Hive. It's not really Solar's go-to. Not anymore. Not in this patch. And here we go. Again, no saturation, just for Larva. Fourth base, just for Larva. We are, of course, injecting. Getting as much as we can out of this. Creator, he himself is also working towards Colossus. As being active.
Base is under attack.
Creator, he pokes out. He should see the lack of saturation. Slings will zone him away. At home, Creator, he warps in. So far, he's trading well for himself. And Solo is slowly building up those Hydras. He's massing up his army. Rotates around. He just abandons the fourth base. Abandons defending, and he's going for a massive counterattack instead. But does he have enough? Gets spotted by the Observer. Creator, he knows. I'm getting deja vu. Like I've casted this scenario before. But here we go. Solar, he commits across the map. Creator is fully aware he's warping in defensively. Colossus are on the way. Extra shield batteries as well. He's got a shield battery and a cannon here at the natural. Likewise has some side defense here at the third. And Solar, he has not made a drone in quite some time. It's been a couple of minutes. No droning. Just 3 base all in. And Creator is being spread thin. Getting on top of the cannon. He does have the cannon, getting on top of the Zelts as well. Creator, he defends at the natural, but what about here at the fourth base? Force a recall. Ooh, nice snipe. Nice snipe of the Oracles, but these are expensive trades here for Solar. He's going to bleed out so many Hydras. Hydras being focused down. Nice pick side of Creator. Picking up Hydras, blinking in, catching even more. Ooh, but this is more of a trade. More back and forth. At the same time, Lings, they break through into the main base. That should not have happened. Where's the Colossus? Stuck at the natural. And Lings, they break in. They break through. This should not have happened here. A full middle line is going to be going down. 13 probe kills. Ay. Solar, he's finding damage. He's pulling Creator apart. Starter stepping in, getting on top of the Hydras. And Solar, can he make this work? Still Lings in the main. Solar, he's running out of steam. Thankfully, there's no Colossus here at the fourth. Solar once again gets into the mineral line. Gets more probe kills. And Solo, he's trying, but the Colossus has arrived, and with Colossus, Creator, he should hold. He should be fine. Yeah, shuts down the Ling, shuts down the Hydras. GG gets called as the Colossus arrive, and Creator will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG well played. A very rough start there for Solar. Winding it back, if you remember, Solar, he lost so many drones and so many workers to the Adepts and to the Oracles. That's why he was forced into the all-in. The problem though is that, again, he was forced into it. He stumbled his way into the all-in as opposed to freely droning up as quickly as possible, saturating his 3 bases and taking into his own setup, into his own links, into his own Hydras. Here he stumbled his way in instead. He had to re-drone. He was delayed. This gave Creator a lot more time to set up, and we saw that Solar, he was just taking some really rough trades, rotating back and forth, bleeding out so many Hydras, not really getting the momentum he wanted. And once the Colossus arrived, that was game. That was game then and there. There were a couple of key moments for Solar when he got into the main base with his Lings. True, like he was able to get some damage done, more than what should have happened, but still not enough. Still not enough. GG well played. With that, we're going to be loading into game 2, loading into the Old Republic. Let's go. Let us go. Discussing time turners. I mean, why wouldn't you want to jet lag your entire population twice every year? Oh no, not like this. But here we go. Here we go. We're diving into our second game and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of the Old Republic. We have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, leading the series 1-0. It is a Creator. We go. Fun fact, this is why we always actually organize our events in KST, because Korea doesn't actually have daylight savings. That's why our schedule's always in KST, just to keep things organized, keep them stable. We try to adjust accordingly. But yeah, Pikachu Cup now starts a lot later. WardiTV Mondays starts a lot later as well. Ugh. We'll have to adjust. For now, though, we're going to be settling in, and we'll see how Solo will likewise adjust here against Creator. Hopefully he can tighten up his early game. Winding it back, remember, the reason why the all-in was struggling as much as it did was because of Creator's early game damage. It was popping off, killing drones, killing workers, laying the economy, popping off with the Adepts and with the Oracles. We'll see if Creator can replicate that success. We'll see if Solar can tighten up his defense and have a cleaner early game. Once again, as we load into the Old Republic, we do expect to see another 3-base all-in, just because of how difficult it is to defend your 4th. So we'll see what Solo goes for. We'll see what he commits into. As he does pull out of gas, saturating his own natural. Once again, Stargate opener out of Creator. And we don't really expect to see Creator deviate from opening up Oracle into a 3rd. Last game went into +1 on Blink, into eventually Colossus production. We'll see if he does it again. As I mentioned before, when it comes to the Old Republic, the 3rd and 4th bases are just a little more, specifically the 4th base is a little more open. When it comes to this low ground expansion, you can come in from multiple angles. It's also on the low ground, more open, more exposed. Likewise, same here with the linear 4th base as well, has a very wide entrance into the expansion. As a result, we do see aggression be quite favored here on the Old Republic, similar to Tourmaline, very similar, except longer rush distance. It is a larger map. We'll see what Solo goes for. Oh, that is a Twilight Council before Nexus. Okay, Creator. I was not expecting this, especially on a larger map. But a Creator, it looks like he's going to Glaives. This feels like Glaive Adepts. Technically, this can lead into a weird, quirky, like charge builds, but Creator, he's not really that kind of player. Overlord is going to be shut down, and Solar, he will fail to scout. Now, he should notice how late the expansion is. True. Lings poke in. Nexus is delayed. That is a bit of a tell. Kills a probe, not bad. Probe goes down, comes for the surround, going for the stalker. Just rushes in. Wow, he does rush in. He will scout, he will confirm. He gets eyes on the Twilight Council. He sees it researching. Solar sees everything. He does see everything. Creator, that should not have happened. He should not have been out of position. The wall was open. Hero, por favor. And we should be seeing a response back at home. Whether it's Banelings, whether it's Roaches, whether it's just more Link production, Solar is at least aware that hyper aggression is coming his way, and there's a high chance it's going to be Glaive Adepts. As these Lings, they're popping off, they get the Stalker, another Adept. Back at home, the Oracle doesn't achieve much, takes some extra hull damage. As the Oracle A moves in. And there it is, there's the Roach one. Again, a very safe reaction, very safe response here from Solar. Last game, Solar, he skipped Roaches, he went pure Ling Hydra. This time, Roaches are going to be a must to defend. Again, it's a cheeky build here by Creator if unscouted. If only, Papi, if only. So that's the building up. Again, Solar's fully aware. He's got 5 more Roaches on the way. Just needs a little bit more time. Lings, they poke in. They get 1 more probe. Not bad. They get a worker. Pull away. And these Adepts, they shouldn't really find much damage. And remember, because of these Adepts, the third base is late. Late third base. Late Blink. Late +1. Late Forge. Late everything. We're rushing into a fleet build. I mean, when behind, right? When behind Skytos. Creator, I mean, he knows that he's in a really rough position. He has to do something drastic. If he's left alone, sure, he can get away with Tempest, like a Tempest rush into Mothership. It's possible. It's a Hail Mary play, and there's a very low chance of this working, but he's got to do something, right? Like, he can't just play standard. If he plays standard from here, he'll just play from behind the entire game. So whether it's going for a 3-base all-in or being hyper greedy tech-wise, it's one or the other, and we see what he's going for. Oh, not Tempest, going for a carrier rush instead. Okay. Rushing into carrier. Solar, he's getting up to 3-base saturation. We'll see if he joins up his 4th base. So far, Solar, he has not scouted. We should be seeing an Overseer scout soon. Solar is in the dark. And Solar's not droning. Okay, so Solar, he's not droning. He's not scouting because he's not really too concerned. There's the Overseer now going in. Does scout the carriers. Now he's aware. And here we go. Intentionally so, Solar, he's not droned. You can see here, no droning at the 4th base. And you might look at this and be like, oh, this is like last game, where Solar didn't drone up his 4th base. That is true, but this time Solar didn't lose, what, 10+ workers in the lead up to this. This time Solar, he's been able to shut down the initial tech. A Creator is behind instead. Creator, he's desperately trying to rush into carriers to try to survive and try to get some kind of semblance of a lead in this game. And Roach Ravager doesn't shoot up, but he doesn't need to kill the bases. Solar, he's committing in. Star steps forward. And behind this does have the Spire on the way. And we'll see if we can break into the mineral line. That's what this comes down to. Yeah, Zealots go down, Adepts go down. There's 2 Stalkers left. Oh no. Down to 2 Stalkers. Soon to be down to 1. Those shield barriers, they put in a lot of work. Jesus, oh my god. The shield barriers, they pop off. As Roaches, they break into the mineral lines. We have Ling Roach into the main base. Roaches here at the natural. More reinforcements at the 4th, and you can see everything's flashing red. Everything's catching fire here. Probes are going down all over the place. Behind this, the Overlords turn around, the Queens turn around, and we have Corruptors on the way. That is going to be the answer to the carrier. As Solar did decide to drone, killed 17 probes, killed the 4th expansion, getting up to 18 probe kills. And we're just waiting for the Corruptors. And here they come. Again, it was just a really rough game here for Creator. To be scattered early on, to be shut down. There's a chance where if Solar was more passive, then maybe Creator, he's able to build up and catch him with his pants down. What's the chance of that happening? We have 5, soon to be 14 Corruptors. It's a lot of Corruptors. Lings, they should hit the 4th. Catching the warp in. Getting 2, getting all 3 Stalkers. Corruptors have arrived. They dab on the carriers. That's going to be 1, 2. That should be all the carriers falling. Queens, they come into support. Up. Clutch transfuse. 3 carriers left. Down to 3, down to 2. 2 carriers remaining. Corruptors, I mean, they're beefy boys. GG gets called. Solar ties up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. GG well played. Again, a lot of this game came down to the initial opener, came down to the build, came down to the 2 base Glaive Adepts which got scattered. Unfortunately, Lings, they were able to slip in. That was on Creator. If you remember, Creator, he did not have a unit in position, on hold position at the ramp, right? He did not have a unit, I keep saying worker, they don't have a unit here at the ramp to wall off the natural. As a result, Lings, they were able to flood on in, wreak havoc, scout, and confirm the Glaive Adepts. Without the Glaive Adepts, they achieved nothing, and Creator did fall behind. Had to go for the Hail Mary play. Didn't quite work out. And now we get into the ace match. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Ruby Rock, we have the South Green Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg representing Team Falcons. Oh, it is Solar. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Blue Protoss being forced into a tied series. We'll see if we can bring it back. It is a Creator. Here we go. What were the feeders? Jesus, as once again we are loading into one of the more aggressive maps in the map pool. Welcome to Ruby Rock, another map that does favor all-ins, and we have seen non-stop 3-base all-ins out of Solar. Yes, last game he did drone up to 4-base saturation, but that was only after the all-in had succeeded, after he had crippled Creator. Once again, welcome to Ruby Rock. We do have an open entrance here into the 3rd base, open entrance here towards the left hand side. We do have another open entrance here towards the natural as well. So there are multiple angles of attack, multiple opportunities, and also a shorter rush distance spike rounds. Oh, hello. Okay, we're good. For a moment there, I thought he had delayed his expansion, but hatch gas pool. So they're setting up. Now, on a smaller map like Ruby Rock, we could see Creator go into early blink. That would make sense. We have seen Protoss players be quite successful going for an earlier Twilight Council into a delayed Forge into early blink, not for an 8-gate all-in, but for an early blink timing to break the 4th. To break the 4th expansion, to gain momentum early on, and to keep the Zerg player in check. We've seen that from Hero, we've seen that from Classic on Ruby Rock. We'll see if Creator does something similar. So now we are going to be opening up. So far, so good. Yo, will Solar, will he actually, from the beginning, drone up his 4th? No shot. Not here. Oh my god, this I was not expecting. Going for just a straight up Twilight Council opener. Okay. Creator, he does not hold back. No Stargate whatsoever. With this, our eyes are on the gas geysers. This could be either Glaive Adepts or a Dark Shrine instead. Show us what you got. If he stays in gas, it should be Dark Templar. If he pulls out, we lean towards Adepts. And as you can see, he's staying in. He's staying in his gas geysers. We're expecting a Dark Shrine. Oh, Ling's attempt to scout. Oh no! The Ling does get in and does get everything. Ay, ay, ay. Again, it's fake Glaives. As we mentioned, he stayed in gas. It is going to be DTs. At least Creator does try to fake out Solar. But Solar, he sees what he needs. He's aware of the early tech. Oh boy. So a brutal moment there for Creator. Nice scout out of Solar. Was able to get in. Now, quickly checking here. Solar, I don't think he saw it researching. It's hard to say. I know the Creator was faking it. There's that Roach Warren. Because of the fake out, Solar, he might skip detection. And if he skips spores, then Creator can pop off. Now the problem is that even if you saw it researching, there is a build where you can go Glaives plus DTs. If you stay in gas, you can still go Glaives and then Dark Templar behind it. So there's still reason to at least get one spore. Overlord is hunted down. Yep, there it is. We have a spore at the third. And we should be seeing a spore here at the natural as well. But he will have at least one spore. And have some moving out. Again, remember, Creator, he wants to sell the story that this looks like Glaives. There's the second spore, though, at the natural. And Solo should be fine. As long as he's in position, of course. The Dark Templar. DTs are waddling in. They threats in the natural. Diving back forward, getting a queen. Gets a queen, gets a second queen as well. Spore is too far back, not bad. As he picks up and does pull away. So nice pickles here by Creator. Picking up a couple of queens. No major damage, but does get something for his opener. Question is it enough? So he's looking for this round. More force to cancel. Creator is still being active. Still shocking around. And Solar, he's not actually droning. Okay. He's not droning up. We have 5 Overlords in production. So it looks like his own intention here to macro. No surprise. Bearing in mind he has no Overlord speed, so we shouldn't see a German taxi. It's just going to be a max out of roaches. Just sheer roaches here. Maybe some Ling reinforcements. Of course, there is detection. Yep, here we go. 14 Lings on the way. Solar, he cuts workers early at 48. This is, what, 2-base saturation? This is... Ay, ay, ay. Again, a very low drone count here for Solar. And he stands it. Let's go. And remember what we said at the beginning of the game. The rush distance by ground is short. Shorter rush distance by ground. Maybe the shortest in the map pool. I know this is shorter than 10,000 feet. It might be shorter than Tourmaline. I think it is. I'd have to double check on that one. But here we go. The Lings have arrived. The Roach Ravager as well. Army gets zoned away. And can create a pull for defense. Remember, there is detection. Fires on the shield battery. That battery's going to go down. Boys are being pulled. We have some DTs in the mix, but again, there is still detection here. Oh. Oof. This pass are brutal. And the detection turns back around, and the third base has been broken. A Creator, he cannot defend. There's nothing here. There's nothing to defend, Pappy. Across the map, a couple of drones do go down, going down to 40 workers. But Solar has the army. Ah, there is an Immortal. Okay. There is an Immortal. Creator can make a stand at the natural. Can he hold on? The third may have gone down. And Solar's droning. Yeah, Solar, he's droning up. We have 5 drones on the way. As again, he has killed the third base. And from here, we can snipe the Cybercore. Oof. Yeah, one more volley. Cybercore goes down. No more warpins. And again, Creator, he might be able to hold on here, but Solar, he's droning up, he's saturating. He's macroing behind this. He's content with the damage he's dealt. And he's going for a Drop Lord follow-up. Okay. So Solar, he drones up to under 3 base saturation. Still under 3 bases, getting a 4th base just for Larva. And he's getting ready for the second wave. This isn't Solar just backing off completely and just fully focusing on macro. No, no, no. Backs off, drones up, and now once again focusing on wave 2. This time with a heavier Ravager count. And what will help as well as a Creator, now he's trying to re-expand, and now he's going to be more open. More open, more exposed. Breaking the natural is difficult. We have 3 shield batteries and a choke point. Breaking the third base, much easier. So Solar, he just lures him out. Cuts workers at 56. And here comes wave 2. Solar, he's going to be committing in. Creator again trying to make a stand here. But he's out in the open. There's 1 shield battery. And the Immortal is going to be locked down. Oh, the vials. Oh my god. As they shut down the site defense. And Solar just snowballing out of control. He breaks through the main defense, takes down the Stalkers, the Immortal. There's 1 DT in the mix, a handful of Stalkers left. But there's no shot we can defend the third. No shot. Time and time again, he's just going to knock it down. Zones back the army, takes down the third. And again, Creator, he had a really strong start to the series, but was having a little bit too much fun in Game 2 and Game 3. Game 2 going to Glaives, Game 3 going to Dark Templar, some quirkier builds, but high risk, high reward, and sometimes, I mean, there's a reason why it's a risk. Once they get scouted, they get shut down. And with that Solar, he has finally broken the natural. Oh, the Jesus, there's so many vials. GG gets caught, and Solar, he'll overwhelm, he'll break on through, and he will claim the series 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations to the Solar. He will claim the series. Again, Creator had a really strong start with Game 1, and then Game 2, Game 3, he was a little more reliant on hiding his tech, on being cheeky, on being cheesy. Game 2 going for the hidden Glaive Adepts before his third expansion, and here in Game 3 going for the DT opener as well. These builds are very niche. They're very niche because if they get scouted, if they get spotted, then it is easier to shut them down. Just play it safe, open up with roaches, get your spores up and running, and with that, you just fall so far behind because of your late upgrades, your late tech, your late saturation as well. Everything is delayed in favor of either Glaive Adepts in Game 2 or Dark Templar in Game 3, and in neither scenario do they ever really pay for themselves. GG. GG, well played. With that, we do have our 2 finalists here. We have our grand finals. It's going to be a best of 5 between Solar and Hero. Let's go. Let us go.